What's going on, baseball fans? Sox Arizona with a day off for the Red Sox. Just want to come and talk with you guys for a little bit, maybe about an hour. Talk about how the Red Sox are doing. They're going to be back playing tomorrow. I believe it's the Rays at 11:05 my time, 1:05 Eastern. But just wanted to see where the rest of the division's at, maybe the rest of the AL East. See how the Red Sox offense is looking. Obviously, a bunch of new additions to the pitching staff as well. We are 8 days into the month right now, 24 days away from opening day. Again, April 1st against Baltimore will be opening day. I believe it's a home game too. Red Sox will be open at Fenway Park. So let's take a look here. We just want to go over a few things. Maybe the offense. We'll go over the pitching staff as well. Wanted to get a daily video in, but just figured we might as well just come live, and I'll post this video as if it's a video as well. So you guys can come back and check it out. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we got the Rays. Nick Pivetta is on the mound for us. Let me close this door for you guys real quick. We got Nick Pivetta on the mound. And first, we'll just go through our roster here. I made a roster preview video. You guys can go ahead and check it out if you'd like. But we're just going to go through the pitchers and defense. Welcome to the stream. If you guys pop in while you're new, drop a comment. Let me know where you guys are listening from. Say hello. We will see you tomorrow afternoon for the Red Sox and Rays. But previewing that game, Red Sox going to visit the Rays tomorrow. Got Nick Pivetta on the mound. Got a 4.5 ERA so far with a 1-0 record. Josh Fleming on the mound for the Rays tomorrow. Predicting the Red Sox opening day roster. Christian Vasquez and Kevin Plawecki, obviously our top two catchers this year. Christian Vasquez putting in a lot of work this offseason. He will earn $6.25 million this season. Got a $7 million team option for 2022. Obviously, Kevin Plawecki is going to be the backup this season. Came late to camp this year due to COVID-19. Placed back on the roster Sunday. So Vasquez and Plawecki looking to be the top two guys at catcher this season. Again, we made a roster preview video. You guys can check that out. Went through every position. Just talked about those guys a little bit. Bobby Dahlbeck coming into camp. Bobby Dahlbeck's job was clear, and his job is to hit right-handed home runs. And the guy is showed up so far for us. Really happy about his production so far in spring training. Kiki Hernandez, obviously. Pedroia got hurt a couple years ago, maybe even a few years ago now with the Manny Machado injury. Kiki Hernandez comes in, gives us a solid guy at second base. Again, the infield and outfield is very versatile this year. Looks like we can swap those guys around anytime if we need to. But Kike Hernandez, Red Sox feel like they've finally replaced Dustin Pedroia at second base. We are going to try and see if Kike Hernandez can keep up offensively in Boston. That was one of Alex Cora's things that he talked about. Obviously, our shortstop position is set at shortstop. That left side of the infield is impressive with Xander and Rafael Devers. And the outfield that has completely fallen apart so far. Jackie Bradley gone. He's going to be playing for the Brewers this season in the outfield with Christian Yelich. We got Franchy Cordero coming in. guys are talking about how much of an athlete he is. He's got power. Seems like he's got more power than even possibly Benintendi. Benintendi's a hell of an outfielder, though, so we'll see how we work the things out there. Marwan Gonzalez coming in, very versatile player. Kiki Hernandez, versatile player. Hunter Renfroe, obviously, the power hitter, struggled last year in the 60-game season. A lot of guys struggled in the 60-game season, though, so. And a lot of them only played in 47, 46, 40 games. But, and then obviously third base, that position is solid for us so far with Rafael Devers. He's come a long way since he came up to the MLB. Had a lot of errors early in his career. Still working on those errors a little bit. But one of my favorite players, he leads the MLB in exit velocity, I believe, off the bat. The guy hits the ball super hard, strikes out quite a bit, but that's what you get nowadays. Welcome to the stream, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Just talking a little bit of Sox baseball. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. We do post-game videos for the Red Sox every single day. Again, today's an off day, so just want to come and hang out with you guys. If you stop on by, I appreciate it. Going over just the infield and outfield here. We didn't even talk about Alex Verdugo. Played hell of a job in right field for us last year. So he's part of that versatile outfield that we'll have. Thank you guys for hanging out. Welcome to the stream. Let me know where you're watching from. It seems like that dream outfield of Benintendi and Jackie and Mookie was not too long ago. But here we are with a brand new looking outfield. Obviously with the pitching staff, talked about with Cora, they had quite a few fly ball pitchers coming to the staff this year, but it's going to be way better than last year. We had quite a few guys with ERAs over 10. Adam Ottavino, a guy that you can count on coming out of the bullpen. And Verdugo is going to be moving around, I think, a lot in the outfield this year. And another guy that we didn't even mention yet, JD Martinez. It says here Martinez vowed after a poor 2020 season that he wouldn't go back to the lab after it nailed him. Looks like he's just done that. Martinez has swung a hot bat early in camp. That is a fact. He is an elite power hitter when he is on. Obviously, living in Arizona, we had a short glimpse of him swinging a hot bat in Arizona after he came over from Detroit. It really feels like Arizona fans missed out on him. But JD's definitely going to have a better year this year. I think the Red Sox, obviously the main focus was pitching. It took a while to make some moves this offseason. But Garrett Richards coming in, he struggled quite a bit. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Garrett Richards struggled early in the outing yesterday. Gave up a bases clearing double to Dansby Swanson. Excuse me. Again, Nick Pivetta, obviously coming from Philadelphia last year. Later on in the year, he's starting tomorrow. But I think we're in good place. Obviously, it always depends on how the rest of the division is doing. But it is going to be a big deal how the Yankees hit the ball this year. Their pitching, you never know. Obviously, I think their pitching is going to have a high ERA this year. And it looks like our starting five is practically set if everyone can stay healthy. And this is without Chris Sale available on opening day. He will join the squad eventually. I really think it's important for the Red Sox not to rush him back, especially with the guys that we brought in. He said he doesn't want to go anywhere else in his career. He wants to stay with the Red Sox and retire here. So let's not rush him back. We got some talent. Eduardo Rodriguez is back, so let's have him go on opening day and see where we go from there. Eduardo Rodriguez, the numbers last year, obviously didn't pitch in any games in 2020, but we're looking at 2019 stats. Excuse me here. His career stats. Obviously won the World Series in 2018. Red Sox Rookie of the Year in 2015. The 6'2", 231 left-handed pitcher, did not play last year from COVID complications and also a heart issue. Eduardo Rodriguez is probably going to be our guy on opening day. And then Eduardo Rodriguez is going to be our guy on opening day. Nathan Eovaldi, probably the number 2. Like I said, Chris Sale's going to be back eventually. But Garrett Richards, Martin Perez, Nick Pivetta. It's kind of interesting that Red Sox fans on Twitter have a thing where when Chris Sale pitches, it's Sale Day. And Martin Perez pretty much took it over and was like, hey, whenever Martin Perez pitches, it's Perez Day. And it just took over. Clicked with the fans instantly. The relievers, Matt Barnes, Adam Ottavino, Hirokazu Sawamura coming in from Japan. Joined the team late. Darwinson Hernandez, Josh Taylor, Matt Andriese. Ryan Brazier looking to come back from the struggles that he had last year. Garrett Whitlock and Austin Bryce. I really do think that Josh Hart has a possibility to make the team. Again, we still got 24 days until opening day. But yeah, that's about the starters that we're going to see on opening day. We're going to look at the rest of the division here real quick. Starting with the boys from the Bronx, the New York Yankees. Sorry about the noise, guys. Stepping on the cord here. It's gonna be big on whether or not the rest of the division plays well. Because I really do see the Yankees leading the MLB in strikeouts. Obviously, they're gonna hit home runs. But their ERA is big on whether or not they have success, especially in the American League. Toronto's going to be good. We'll see what the Rays do. Obviously, they hit the ball well last year, but I don't see Baltimore being any bit of a threat. They were kind of hot last year early, I think. The dog is crying to get out. Give me 1 sec here. But I really do think we're gonna be better than people are giving us credit for. If I'm being honest, I just really cannot wait. I cannot wait for spring training to be over. These guys, it seems like they've been in camp for so long, putting in so much work, but we still got 3 weeks of spring training. It's gonna go by quick, and when the games count, they really do count. But luckily, we got a 162 game season this year. yeah. So the Yankees, I expect them to be not as dangerous as people are saying. I've heard people saying they're the favorite out of the AL. There's a lot of good teams out there. There's a lot of good pitching out there. Obviously, Yankees have been hitting bombs for a while now. The Rays, Tampa Bay Rays. Actually, let's look more in depth at the Yankees roster. Let's see what they're working with here. Looking at the MLB article predicting the Yankees opening day roster. Gary Sanchez, obviously the Yankees catcher. Struggled in 2020. Only batted 147 in 2020. Luke Voigt going to be playing first base again for the Yankees. Led the majors with 22 home runs in 2020. Posted a 948 OPS and 156 OPS plus, emerging as one of the club's top leaders in 2020. Voigt has become a fan favorite while providing a boisterous blue-collar presence to the roster. I hate how they put the Yankees slander in there. But yeah, that guy can hit the baseball. He really can. DJ LeMahieu playing second base for the Yankees in 2021. Yankees' most valuable player 2 years in a row. DJ LeMahieu signed a 6-year, $90 million deal with New York in January. Coming off a season, he had a 364 batting average last year, 421 on-base percentage. So that was one of the guys I was wondering. I didn't really want to go after him too hard, but if the Yankees weren't going to re-sign him, I was expecting the Red Sox to give DJ LeMahieu an offer. And who knows if they did? You never know. But Yankees locked him up. 6 years, $90 million. Third base this year for the Yankees, expected to be Gio Urshela. Gold Glove candidate last year. 298 in the 60-game season. 43. Oh, he only played in 43 games. He's dealing with an elbow injury right now, but he should be good for opening day. Gleyber Torres. Yankees offense is loaded up, man, but I'm telling you, they're going to lead the league in strikeouts. All-star in his first 2 seasons, Gleyber Torres struggled a little bit in 2020. Hit 243, 3 home runs, and 16 RBIs. Only played in 42 games. Yankees are saying that they're encouraged by his work so far in camp. So we'll see how he does. I know that Yankees Twitter expecting him to bounce back a little bit more than maybe other people are expecting. The outfield looking for the Yankees: Clint Frazier, Aaron Hicks, Aaron Judge, Brett Gardner, Mike Tauchman. From left to right, it's going to be Frazier, Hicks, and Judge. Frazier, obviously one of the Yankees' best players last year, posting a 905 OPS. Played in 39 games for him. Tauchman has a little bit of ability to play multiple positions in the outfield. Brady Anderson, welcome to the stream, my man. Thanks for hanging out tonight. A little bit of a late stream, but thank you for hanging out with me. Go ahead and like the video if you're new. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're looking at the rest of the AL East here. Looking at what the Red Sox are going to match up against here. Looking at the outfield specifically of the New York Yankees right now. Clint Frazier, one of their best players last year. Like I said, played in 39 games, Gold Glove Award finalist. And obviously you got Aaron Judge swinging the bat hot out there all the time. Designated hitter for the Yankees going to be Giancarlo Stanton. He's not going to worry too much about playing in the field. Stanton was good in the outfield. Stanton was good in the postseason last year. Cashman said that's a safe bet for the Yankees to have him as their DH, so he's going to be swinging a hot bat. Got to be careful of him at all times. Everybody knows that. I expect him and Judge to lead the MLB in strikeouts by far. Utility guy Tyler Wade has a good shot to make the Yankees roster. Plays most positions in the field. So, another guy to watch out for. Thanks, Brady. I really appreciate that. I really do. So that's a pretty good look at the Yankees here. Like I said, Luke Voigt hits the ball well. So we'll see what he can do. Gio Urshela, DJ LeMahieu. I was really hoping the Yankees weren't going to lock up LeMahieu. Let's take a look at Brady. What do you want to do? What team do you want to look at next in the division? We kind of went through our roster a little bit. We kind of went through the Yankees roster a little bit. We could look at Baltimore. We could look at Tampa. We could look at Toronto if you want. What do you think, Brady? Welcome to the stream. Jasil, you want to look at the Jays? Let me know if I'm saying that right. Thanks for hanging out, Jasil. Let me know where you're listening from. Thanks for hanging out. Let's look at the Blue Jays. Jasil beat you to it, Brady. ...2021 Toronto Blue Jays. I think they're going to be sneaky, man. We can look at the MLB if you want. We could have just named this stream State of the MLB. Let's look at the Blue Jays. We'll finish up the division. We'll see where we're at. If you guys got any baseball fans, share it out to them. Let's have a good night. We'll go as long as you guys want to hang out. Yeah, let's take a look at the Blue Jays. I'm not too familiar with them this year, so let's take a look. Jasil's listening from New York, longtime Sox fan. Nice, longtime Sox fan here too. Thanks for hanging out. I live in northern Arizona. Red Sox is all I know. Brady, we can do the Dodgers after the division. We'll do the Diamondbacks division as well. Since I am a Red Sox fan or Diamondbacks fan as well. Luis Gomez, thanks for hanging out. How you doing tonight? Thanks for stopping by. Let's know it's a little bit of a late stream, but I appreciate you guys hanging out. Like the video if you're new. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the Red Sox Rays. I'll be doing the first few innings before I head to work. Last stream was unbelievable. We had 24 concurrents. That's a new stream record for myself. So shout out to you guys, man. I was loving it. It's only going to go better from here. We got regular season games still, 162 of them, and then we got hopefully the postseason. That is going to be a lot of fun. Good, Luis. Thanks for asking. I appreciate it. Yes, I will be live tomorrow for the beginning of the Rays game. So come on by. I'll be doing play-by-play and reaction to the spring training games, as many as possible. We're going to be doing post-game videos for as many games as possible. Actually, every single game we'll have a post-game video. But if you guys are new to the stream, welcome. We're looking at the rest of the AL East rosters. We're with Toronto right now. It says with their young core ready to take the next step. Busy off season behind them. Their Blue Jays enter 2021, one of the best lineups in baseball. The Blue Jays pitching staff is a work in progress, but with a deeper, more talented 40-man roster than they've had in a couple years, the club will face some tough decisions when it comes to their opening day roster. The latest projection has Danny Jansen and Alejandro Kirk as the two catchers for the Toronto Blue Jays. They currently have 5 catchers on their 40-man roster, including Reese McGuire. But this roster is at its best when Jansen and Kirk are on it. Jansen finished strong in 2020, so it'd be interesting to see how the reps are divided at catcher. I always like how Christian Vasquez is such a reliable guy at catcher for us. I think that's underrated, especially from the catcher position. Kirk was one of the biggest stories out of 2020 for the Blue Jays, coming up late, hitting everything he saw. If you guys remember, he had a big push there late at the end of the 2020 season. We'll see. That's why it's so interesting to see why those reps are going to be distributed. Yes, Brady, that's a good idea. We can get 11. I think we got 6 or 7 last stream. So let's hit 200 streams or subs by the end of the stream tomorrow. That's a good goal, Brady. Hit this. We need 11. I believe I'm at 189. So we need 11 subs. If you guys are new, hit the subscribe button. We'll be doing this for all baseball season. First base, Vlad, obviously, and Rowdy Tellez. Both guys, power bats. I've always been a big Rowdy Tellez guy. Guerrero has been determined to play third base. It looks like it's possible. First base remains his long-term home, they say. Let's not forget that Guerrero's defense at first was still a work in progress last season, too. So that's worth watching, especially with Rowdy Tellez. Thank you guys for hanging out. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Hit the like button if you're new. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're looking at the Toronto Blue Jays roster right now. Checking out the state of our competition. We got to win division games this year. It's going to be a big part of our success. And then you got Rowdy Tellez as well. That's versatile at first base. And second base, Marcus Semien and Joe Panik, if you guys remember. It's been several years since Semien played second base, but the veteran should have little trouble getting acquainted to the position in spring training. He's already been playing in that position last couple days. We'll call Panik a second baseman. He won Gold Glove at second base in 2016. Played second, third, and shortstop for the Blue Jays last year, so we'll see what happens there at second base for the Blue Jays. A couple of talented guys there, Marcus Semien and Joe Panik. Shortstop, they got their guy there in Bo Bichette. A lot of hype around him last year. He came out and was raking the ball pretty well. Brady, thank you, man. I appreciate that. It looks like the Blue Jays infield has a lot of versatility here. They can slide guys around if they need to. They can put Vlad at first and third if they need to. Semien plays multiple positions. Panik plays multiple positions. Bo Bichette at shortstop. If he stays healthy, he'll be out there all 162 games. You already know that. Had an 896 OPS over 75 of his first major league games. All the talent necessary, obviously, to become a great shortstop. So that's going to be a big part of their offense, obviously, this year. Bo Bichette hitting out of the shortstop. Next position for them will be Biggio hitting at third base. Likely third baseman, but obviously you don't know what's going to happen with Vladimir Guerrero as well. Let's see, Luis, if you could get some. You guys are awesome. Thanks, Brady. I appreciate you guys hanging out. You got Red Sox fans, let them know. We're going to be hanging out as much as possible. Thanks for the support, Brady. I appreciate it. And Luis and Jasil Perez from New York. Thank you guys so much. George Springer, the big part of the Blue Jays outfield. the addition. We thought, I don't know, there was a solid month, maybe 3 or 4 weeks that we thought we were going to see George Springer in Boston, but ends up signing with our AL East rival Toronto Blue Jays. They also got Teoscar Hernandez, Lourdes Gurriel, and Randall Grichuk out there. Those 4 are clear, but Gurriel, Hernandez, Grichuk, we'll see where those guys all play out. Just a little bit like the Red Sox. It seems like our outfield's a little bit more set in stone, but from what I can tell, the field is pretty much wide open for the Blue Jays. They can just put guys wherever they want to, and it seems like everybody can hit the ball pretty well. I gotta get some water. And the starting pitchers for the Toronto Blue Jays. Obviously, Hyun-Jin Ryu, Nate Pearson, Robbie Ray coming over, Steven Matz, and Tanner Roark. So, it's interesting. They try to hype up the Blue Jays, saying they got one of the most talented rosters in all of baseball. And you look at their pitching staff, and it's almost as bad as ours was last year. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Luis. It seems like we got our starting rotation is at least twice as good as theirs, especially when Chris Sale comes back. All right, Toronto. We'll see what they got. If they can hit the ball, if they can hit the baseball, they'll be good. But that pitching, and we'll see. Ryu's obviously an amazing pitcher. Tanner Roark, impressive guy. But Chris Sale, Eduardo Rodriguez coming back, Nathan Eovaldi. Those names sound pretty good stacked up against that Toronto Blue Jays pitching staff. Relief pitchers for the Blue Jays. Let's see what their bullpen looks like. Kirby Yates, Jordan. Oh, sorry guys. Sorry for the sound there. Jordan Romano, Rafael Devers, Ryan Barucki, Tyler Chatwood, David Phelps, AJ Cole, Ross Stripling, and Thomas Hatch. The relievers for the Toronto Blue Jays projected for opening day. Ross Stripling, I believe he pitched for the Dodgers. But there it is, a wrap up on your Toronto Blue Jays. Again, we can do other teams if you'd like. We're gonna do the rest of the division. So we got the Rays and the Orioles left in our division. Which one do you guys want to check out next? Let me know. We can go check out the Dodgers division next if you guys want. Probably hang out for about an hour tonight. Appreciate you guys hanging out. I'm excited to look at the Orioles and Rays. Brady says we should do the Rays. What do you guys want to do? Yeah, they got Ryu. That's a good starter, but I mean, it's a 5-man rotation for a reason, you know. George Springer, yeah, I don't see him changing a whole lot. He's going to win you some games. I can see him hitting a couple walk-off home runs. You already know, okay, we're going to do the Rays. Luis and Brady want to do the Rays. Let's check it out. Tampa's going to be more of a threat, definitely. I mean, Baltimore, you never know, but they're usually sitting towards the bottom. So let's look at the potential Rays opening day roster. Again, hit the like button, guys. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. We're going to be doing as much of this as possible. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. The Rays opening day roster reported to spring training with Kevin Cash, manager, saying they'll be creative and open-minded in putting together a pitching staff that will attempt to navigate the leap from last year's 60-game schedule. Don't know if you know Kevin Cash. Everybody's dealing with the transition from a 60-game season, and they're the guys that were adamant about having openers and not having starters, having relievers start games for them. So we'll see. It says you must also be creative and open-minded when trying to project the Rays opening day roster for this season. Even with the opening day about 3.5 weeks away, for as many sure things as the defending American League champions seem to have on their roster, especially with a stable position player group. The fielding is good, the hitting is good. A lot can change in the last few weeks, it says. Thank you guys for liking the stream. I appreciate that. Will they stay healthy? Will their pitchers be built and ready to go? Will they make any more moves in March? Top of a few of the good questions for the Rays roster, starting with catcher Mike Zunino and Francisco Mejia on the projected opening day catcher list for the for the Tampa Bay Rays. Mike Zunino, obviously, good catcher. Welcome to the stream, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Brady says, I am shocked the Rays didn't try to get Bauer because they shipped Blake Snell for not even doing anything wrong in the World Series. That was quite a controversy there with the Blake Snell thing. I would be so pissed if I was Blake Snell. He's a hell of a pitcher for them. But yeah, I was expecting them to go after Bauer too. I did not expect, for some reason, I didn't see Bauer going to the Dodgers. But now that he's there, I can see that he is happy there. He's making a bunch of money. He's the highest paid player in the MLB this season. They're the clear-cut favorites to win the World Series. So hopefully we can get through the AL and meet them there. And you already know that's bad news. The Dodgers do not want to see the Red Sox in the World Series. Looking at first base, obviously you got G-Man Choi playing first base for the Rays. That guy is unbelievable defensively. You remember him making a bunch of plays, stretching out for balls, diving for balls, and he shows defensive prowess and has power at the plate. So they got their first baseman. Brandon Lowe at second base for him. He'll likely move around the infield. Probably going to see some time at third base, but had a rough postseason last year. If you guys remember, he struck it out quite a bit. Couldn't get the ball to drop for him. But they got a solid second baseman there in Brandon Lowe. Shortstop Willie Adames, nicknamed Wander Watch. It says Tampa Bay is loaded up with middle prospects in the middle of the infield. So Willie Adames is projected to be the shortstop on opening day. But again, we'll see a lot of movement on the infield from them. If they kept Snell for like 2 more innings, would have helped the Rays stay motivated. I agree, man. The Rays seemed like they were juiced for that series. They were juiced for that postseason appearance. And I was rooting for them. I know it's an AL East rival, but, man, I was rooting for them. Third base, Yandy Diaz hitting for the Rays this year. He had up and down year last year. He's expected to be healthy all season and be part of their lineup, a big part of their lineup. They said. Obviously, he said he's determined to get better than his 2019 season. He made 18 regular season starts. So we'll see. We'll see what the infield happens. Like, looks like this division just moves around the infield like as much as possible. We can swap guys anywhere we want. Red Sox more of an outfield this season. Outfield seems like we can move guys around. Alex Verdugo could play center. Hunter Renfroe could play right. Alex Verdugo could play right. I could see Cordero playing left and center. Obviously, Michael Brosseau, Tsutsugo, Joey Wendell. Guys that can hit the baseball. That just fits in Tampa Bay for those guys. Those guys' ability to play first base, third base, left field, designated hitter. You'll see all those guys probably line up in designated hitter for the Rays eventually at some point this season. Starting pitching for the Rays, this is going to be a big part of the season. It's going to be a big part of their success. Tyler Glasnow, expected to start opening day for him. Ryan Yarbrough, obviously a talented pitcher. Chris Archer, up and down. Came to Tampa Bay back from Pittsburgh, I believe. Michael Wacha, a little bit past his prime. We'll see what he can do. And Rich Hill, I think their pitching staff is going to be good for the Rays this year. A lot of big bulk inning rotation guys. Glasnow and Yarborough have earned pitching spots. Rays brought in Archer and Waka along with Hill to round up the group. It's fair to pencil this group in on opening day, the guys that we named. We'll see if those guys can stay healthy. If so, I see their pitching staff being pretty successful. Relief pitchers, obviously going to be another big part of their success. Nick Anderson, Diego Castillo, Peter Fairbanks, Colin McHugh, Chaz Rowe, Ryan Thompson, Cody Reed, and Josh Fleming on the staff projected for opening day. Brady Anderson has the Rays finishing third this season. I got the Rays probably finishing second or third. I mean, I'd like to say we got the Sox right there at the top of the division, but I expect the Sox 2 or 3 as well. Maybe 3 or 4 if we're being realistic. But if Chris Sale can stay healthy, watch out, man. If you can get a guaranteed win, pretty much guaranteed win from Sale and Eduardo from 2 out of your 5 rotation guys, then we'll probably be in a good spot. Especially the offense is swinging bats like it was. I think the last team of the division is the Orioles, guys. Again, I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow morning for me, it's about 11:05. It's a 1:05 Eastern. We got Red Sox Rays. So looking to get to 200 subscribers by the end of that stream. If you guys are new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're gonna look at the Rays. We're gonna look at the Orioles. We'll probably look at the D-backs and Dodgers, and then we'll probably wrap up this stream tonight. Get some sleep, be fresh and ready for you guys tomorrow. I expect a big one tomorrow. We got 24 concurrents last time. Blew me away. You guys are awesome. I appreciate it. Let's look at the Orioles, and we'll get out of here. See Yankees fourth for some reason. Hey, if their pitching struggles and they're hitting struggles. They put up numbers because they hit so many home runs, but all right, Baltimore Orioles. Again, thank you guys for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Hopefully Brady's right. We got him taking the Yankees at the 4th spot. Let's look at the Baltimore Orioles. You guys got me a little bit tired here. We need some energy. We're 3.5 weeks away from opening day. Let's go. The Baltimore Orioles projected opening day roster. Man, sometimes I even forget about this. Pedro Severino and Chance Sisco playing catcher for the Orioles. Trey Mancini and Chris Davis. Somehow he's still on their roster. At first base, Yolmer Sanchez playing second base. Third base, Rio Ruiz. Shortstop, Freddie Galvis, who signed a $1.5 million one-year contract. Ryan Mountcastle, Cedric Mullins, Anthony Santander, and Austin Hayes in the outfield. Pat Valaika, the utility guy. John Means is the starting pitcher for the Orioles on opening day. That's how their season is going to go. Felix Hernandez on the staff. Matt Harvey, Dean Kramer, Keegan Aiken. Relievers, Cesar Valdez, Tanner Scott, Hunter Harvey, Paul Fry, Sean Armstrong, Dylan Tate, Travis Lakin Sr., Cole Sulzer, and Jorge Lopez. But we got a good little stream in tonight. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. We'll see you tomorrow, 11:05 Arizona time, 1:05 Eastern time for the Red Sox and Rays. this has been the State of the Red Sox. Thank you guys for hanging out. I'll see you next time.